30 awkward accidental physical contacts, according to Reddit. In the interest of clarity, the question being asked is, what's the most awkward accidental physical contact you've had with the opposite sex? Or the same sex, if you're fruity like that. Number 30 reads, accidentally elbowed a girl in the jaw during foreplay. Was trying to pull my hand out from between us and it slipped and her face was at the perfect angle. Killed the mood pretty fast. Well, depends on the type of chick, huh? She could be into that, you know what I mean? You could rejuvenate the mood, if you know what I'm talking about. Number 29. I was on the tube once, which is a train if you're from another part of the world, when this attractive woman was moving towards the exit to get off at the next stop. When the train suddenly lurched to a stop, she lost her balance and I reached out to stop her falling into me. And unfortunately, this involved accidentally grabbing her breast. Look, man, if a girl's gonna fall and you're kind of catching her as she's falling, you know, like it's a scene in a movie, I mean, what's the big deal grabbing a little titty? Yeah, you could have fell and I got you. So I grab a little titty, I spot you. Grab a little titty, I got you. Grab a little titty, I got you. Number 28. At a party, I snuck up behind my wife, wrapped my arms around her, kissing her neck, and grabbing her boobs. Yep, it was her cousin. Nice try, dude. You know it wasn't your wife. Somebody said did this exact same thing, but it was her sister. Oh my God. Did this exact same thing, but it was her dad. Oh my God. I did this, but it was a lamp. Oh, number 27. I once saw a longtime friend in the hall at school. We, of course, ran to each other like in the movies for a glorious hug. One of my female classmates was terrified, standing in the middle of two 6-foot dudes running at each other. We grabbed her for the hug, but accidentally grabbed her boob. This was the day she didn't wear a bra. Sounds like a nice experience. Game on, you know. Someone says similar. I was at a convention and saw an old friend who I hadn't seen in years. Was a pretty affectionate group he belonged to, so we went in for a running jump hug. I kneed him in the balls at velocity. Wow. Can't just go kneeing people in the balls, Butters. Number 26. Saying goodbye to a friend of mine after they graduated. Went in for a hug, but our faces went in the same way and we kissed. Aww. Then tried to go at it again, but our faces went the same way that time too. We kept bumbling before getting it right, having a normal friendly hug. I think we were both too stubborn to give up, but it only made it worse. We had and would continue to have zero attraction to each other. Oh boy. Well, number 25. I was on a streetcar and was kind of spaced out listening to music, and a woman came and plopped down in the seat next to me. To my horror, my hand was resting in the seat unknowingly, and she jumped up and gave me a death stare and moved to another open seat away from me. A few other people were giving me dirty looks. I just jumped off at the next stop to end my public embarrassment. My face went, oh my God, oh my God. Shut up, Kyle. You're so stupid. Let's forget that happened. So it looks like I'm alone and can record a bit, huh? As we go up to number 24 on the list of 30 awkward accidental physical contacts, it reads, just yesterday we were doing a group photo for an intern whose last day was today. It was just the 4 people that sit around him. The office hot, well, let's say that correctly, the office hot MILF spilled something on her blouse. And there was a big wet spot on the boob region of her shirt. She said, I'll have to stand like this to hide it. She turned sideways and pushed her boob into my arm. It was a good day. It was a good day. Ooh, Somebody said off is hot. That's harsh. Yeah, man, it's true. You know what I'm talking about? Number 23. Getting on a school bus, tripping on the final step, and falling face first into the bus driver's crotch. He laughed, I laughed, the other kids laughed, and I died a bit in the inside. When you've fallen into a man's crotch. Are you a grill? Are you a girl? Man, it wouldn't be the first time for that bus driver. The bus driver, man. Number 22 was sitting on the Maid of the Mist, the boat that tours Niagara Falls. And the boat rocked a bit, and a total MILF fell over and landed in my lap in a sitting position, making me feel like a bad Santa. Ooh, she's on your lap. This list is so weird. Number 21, I accidentally hit my wife in the head during sex. It was an accident, but I hit her hard. She rubbed her forehead for a while, then stared at me in complete silence. No sex for me that night. Aw. Are you fucking sorry? That's a good one. Has Kyle read that? Are you fucking sorry? And then we're going to type in Kyle. Green text, tech support? What the hell is this? Well, let's go back and complete this. Number 20. I was 12, maybe 13, at a crush's house, crushing hard. She had a basketball hoop and asked if I play. Devilish grin creeps into my face, instantly took up guard. She fakes left, runs right. She's too slow, puts up a shot in front of me like I'm some kind of bitch. Fuck that. I swat that ball like I'm a recruiter. My mother and Jesus was watching. Wait, like a recruiter, my mother and Jesus was watching. She tries to hold the ball. Big mistake. She falls hard. I fall on top of her. Harder. Bruised her rib. Bloody knees and elbows. She doesn't talk to me all the way up until senior year and tells every girl in school. Still undefeated, my nigga. What a motherfucker. What a motherfucker. Here's your upvote, dude. Oh, when ball is life. There's your upvote, man. Whatever. It wasn't worth it. Was the upvote worth it? Number 19. Senior trip in high school, seated next to my crush on the boss. We already been up all night to get lucky. And we're on our way to destination number 2 when I fell asleep. I woke up when we got there, only to discover that I'd awoken with a raging 17-year-old morning wood. Worse, I was wearing loose-fitting surfer shorts, so there was no concealing what was going on. Worse, she got up to get off the bus in front of me, meaning I would be standing right behind her in close proximity. So there I am, standing a couple of inches behind my high school crush, with a very prominent erection, completely uninhibited by any form of restrictive clothing, unignorably thwacking against her behind, trying to act casual as we file off the bus. Oh my god. You kids are... Number 18. I tripped and fell, and my friend pulled down his pants, and his penis went in my mouth, and then he took a picture. Okay, man, this is South Park reference, guys, but still, man, it's pretty funny out of context. I tripped and fell, and my friend pulled down his pants, and his penis went in my mouth, and then he took a picture with a thumbs up. Why did you take a photo and have your thumbs up? But you were smiling. Oh, see, well, it looked like, no, my God. Gay. Number 17. This happened to, okay. This happened a few weeks ago. I was swimming at the beach in a rather dark waters with my friends. I have this friend who likes to do a lot of gay shit, like pull pants down, grab your dick, tickle your balls, try to shove his leg up your ass. What the fuck kind of gay? What you mean you got a friend that just does gay shit like that? Nigga, what the fuck? This sounds like a stand-up comedian where you're just like, it's not real, but it's just for the sake of this. What the hell you mean? You gotta tickle your balls. We are splashing and splashing about when all of a sudden I felt what felt like a knee going up my ass. So I, of course, am trying to fart on it. So I start holding down and pushing closer to whatever was trying to go up my butt. I then felt long hair where my smile turns into a face, and I see a 12-year-old girl pop out of the water. She looks at me, coughs a few times because her face was just up my ass, and then swims away. You fucking 12-year-olds. I thought you were just in the stream chat. Now you're in the Reddit lists? What the hell? Oh. Somebody said, what the fuck did I just read? Okay, number 16. We were going down a large water slide into a pool. I went first, and she came too quickly. You know what I'm talking about, guys? I look at the camera and I wink. She came too quickly. Landing with her legs wrapped around my neck, forcing my head to go underwater. Man, it wouldn't be the first time that a guy's gonna end up with legs around his neck, submerged. You know what I'm talking about? Forcing the head into the water. Somebody said it's rare for women to come too quickly, but this does sound like standard practice when she does. Oh my God. Number 15. Walking through a haunted house on a field trip in high school, and one of my cute classmates, who I barely knew, freaked out and jumped into my arms. Jinkies. I was startled, but caught her and also a handful of boob. Now I was the freaked one, but she was so scared I tried to let her go, but she hung to me like a sloth the rest of the way through. I put her down at the end, gave her a nod, and stumbled away. I think we talked like twice the rest of our high school careers. Somebody said, you missed your chance, big nigga. You put her down? You know what I mean? You're supposed to rearrange her into the ideal position and then smack it one time. And Faith would be all like, oh my God. And you'll be all like, nah. Well, I'm going to be like, okay, let me stop. Anyway, what are we doing again? List. The list is called 30 Awkward Accidental Physical Contacts. God, I couldn't decide on a nice sounding, concise title for this one. What do you want from me? Number 14. Kicked my ex in the vagina while changing positions during sex in the dark. What are you doing? Cartwheels in there? What the hell? Number 13. A woman getting up to leave the tram fell on my lap when the driver decided to drive another meter towards the station. Well, doesn't sound that bad. Number 12. Oh, that's easy. I went to see a friend's play that coincidentally had her getting naked on stage, which was a complete surprise to me, though I wasn't complaining. I went to congratulate her after the show, went in for a hug, and accidentally got like a full-on handful of boob. Neither of us said anything and acted like it didn't happen, like you do. I was mortified, though. What woman is getting naked on stage and inviting her friends? Hey, come see this play. Wait till they see me naked. I'm the best. and then you know who's also gonna be there? No, let me not. Number 11. Somebody in the comments is gonna be like, who's also gonna be there, Kyle? No, I need to know. Number 11. In high school, awkward me had a huge boner while I was talking to a friend of mine. She went to give me a goodbye hug, and my dick just spread her in the vagina area. Oh, it just speared her in the vagina area. I was like, spread her? Damn. Somebody said, you must have been wearing some very loose pants for that. He was wearing no pants. Directed by M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. You idiots. Number 10. Was on an unusually crowded subway. Backed up against one of the partition walls, and a hot girl squeezes in at the next stop. and full on backs her yoga pants butt right into my crotch. I had nowhere to go. Couldn't decide whether I should say something or not. Also, decide whether I'd be ruder to have a boner or not. My stop was only 3 stops away, but those were the most pleasant 3 stops I've ever had on the subway. Somebody said, I believe this counts as losing your virginity. Ooh, roasted. That's rude. Somebody else says, mine is similar, except it was a coworker. Sometimes we have to use physical intervention to stop our patients from hurting people. So I initiated the intervention when it became clear that the 16-year-old boy was much stronger than me. I still had an okay hold on him, which I think was out of respect for me and not physical capability. And the only thing my work partner could do was wrap around him and me from behind. So I have the kid grabbed and he has the kid grabbed and I'm stuck between these two. The hold is for a few minutes and my ass is on my partner's dick. I can feel it. I assume he feels it too because he says, sorry, when his boner sticks perfectly between my ass. And we had to hold here for 2 minutes or so, which I assure you is an eternity. When we finally switched out, I did the only thing I could think to do, which was joke and say, hey man, if you thought I was cute, you could have just told me. And thus began the rumor we were fucking. When his boner sticks perfectly between my ass. This sounds like a Disney thing, like Cinderella's glass slipper. Oh my God, as we move right along, number 9. In high school, there was a girl who I'd had a crush on. I'm pretty sure the crush was mutual, and we were doing that thing where we were hanging out a lot and talking a lot, but no one was making a move. Anyway, we went to a restaurant with a group of friends, and she was sitting next to me, and all of a sudden she was leaning over, so her head was almost in my lap. I kind of froze and thought she was doing some weird gesture of affection. She suddenly said, could you move? I dropped something. And I said, oh. And then she said, oh, you thought, brief awkwardness where I worried I thought she was going for a BJ in the middle of the restaurant. Anyway, we're still good friends. Yeah, I think it's gay. Oh my God. Anyway, number 8. I'm sure this has happened to some people out here, but I was in a store and snuck up on my girlfriend's sister and hit her with a boat paddle as petty revenge for hitting me with a broom earlier, right on the butt. We were young and dumb. As I muttered something clever like, how do you like them apples? She turned around and it turned out to be a lady in her 40s wearing the same jeans, pink shirt combo. I apologized thoroughly and explained myself, and she was okay with it only because I basically told her she looked like a teenager from the back in so many words. And so my girlfriend and her sister just watched it all and offered no help or confirmation of the same outfit from behind another aisle. Those bitches. Oh my God. Somebody says, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but yeah, I've hit your girlfriend's sister on the butt with a boat battle loads of times. Here we go. Number 7. While fooling around with my soon-to-be wife, I tried to passionately throw her onto my back. She was on top. I misjudged the width of the bed and absolutely power-bombed her head into the nightstand. Oh. Somebody said I had the same thing happen with my wife, but the roles were reversed. She powerbombed me to the floor. From, I would say, our bed, which is 4 feet off the ground, knocked all the wind out of me, but was also super funny to me. Trying to laugh and breathe at the same time was more difficult than I expected. That sounds cute. Number 6, walking down the street with a super attractive coworker. It was pretty crowded, so I ended up walking directly behind her. One of her high heels got stuck in a sidewalk grate and made her stop walking immediately, and she kind of bent over at the waist to keep from losing her balance. I was walking way too close and ended up bumping my crotch into her butt and grabbing her by the waist to keep myself from falling forward onto her because the people behind me had already bumped into me too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody said, "Oh boy, ow, groove is in hers." I like this one. I like this one. So then I bumped into her and oh man, I'm gonna fall. So I gotta grab her by the waist, man. Jeez. And it was also getting kind of hot now because I bumped into you. So I hiked up her skirt from behind and then I unzipped my pants because it was like, it was unzip your pants weather, Jeez. Oh. Anyway, number 5. He resembled my brother from the back. I slapped his ass and yelled, "Get ready, bitch!" He turned and he was not my brother. I apologized and then pretended to become one with the wall for the rest of the trip. Get me a picture of Homer Simpson, going into them hedges. That's my favorite gif. That's my favorite gif. Homer Bush. Give me my favorite gif. Tell me something, gif. Bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Why are so many of them not gifs? Why does that one look so ridiculous? Like it's Russian drawn. This one's even worse. What the hell's going on over here? Is this some kind of contest one day? Oh my god. Hey, is that like green screen footage? That's awesome. Sorry, guys. Oh, forgive me. I'm so close. Let me just get through this. Woo. Kind of just dove right into this. Number 4. Eating lunch with coworkers at Twin Peaks. Cute waitress gets high fives from all of us for some reason. Just as I go in for mine, someone calls her name and she turns her head and shoulders and lowers her hand. There was no time to stop. I was already in motion. I high-fived her right boob in front of my boss and coworkers. The look she gave me, she knew it was an accident, but still didn't make it less awkward for her and I, the rest of the meal. Oh. Somebody thought that he was going to smack her in the face. I mean, whatever. Number 3. I've told the story on Reddit before, but hey, it's so applicable to this question. I was walking through the city in August, the peak of busyness. The population more than doubles. And the pavements are absolutely packed with tourists. I'm only 4 feet tall. Oh, I have dwarfism. Oh. And I have the advantage of being able to weave through you lanky-ass giants, so I was dodging and diving at quite a pace compared to anyone else. I noticed a woman ahead of me in the crowd, talking on her phone. She was very tall, and also 6 feet in heels. I took a millisecond to admire her amazing figure in her tight-fitting dress before I tried to dodge past her, but she sidestepped in the same direction and stopped in her tracks completely, reacting to the conversation on the phone, I'm assuming. I face-planted right into her ass with some force, and she whirled around and screamed at me in horror. A reasonable reaction, I think. I felt my face flush red, mortified. I blurted out a "sorry," because that's what they sound like. You're such an asshole. I'm kidding, guys. Anybody who's little watching this, I love you. You're special. And swiftly darted away into the crowd. Darted away into your into your realm where you're from. You'll never guess what happened to me. In the land of the bigs. Oh shit. You can't go there, man. That's fucked up. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? I'm up here and you're down there. I'm kidding. It is a joke. You offensive asshole. At least there's no kid rape in this one. Can you imagine if that was like an awkward physical contact? Oh, I was just sitting in my room reading a book and some little kid runs in there and just pulls my pants down, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? And she was like, I'll tell everybody you raped me if you fucking move. And I'll be like, oh my god, keep your voice down, motherfucker, this is happening. I'm telling everybody, I got the power here. It's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, I just like on the spot built that crazy scenario of a little kid that's like going around having their way with people sexually because, dude, because they'll tell people that they raped him otherwise. You can't do this.
What are you gonna do? Who are they gonna believe? You? I'm trying to get you to rape me? What the fuck are you talking about?
I am sorry. I am sorry. Oh man, I haven't been able to beat Kyle for a long time, so it's going to be really crazy. You know, I'm trying to keep the shit together as we travel up this list of 30 awkward, accidental physical contact stories that, let's not show that again. We reached number 2. I was in a wedding reception line and hugged my buddy who was just married, then hugged and kissed his new bride on the cheek, and then moved on to apparently the maid of honor, who I had never met. In the rhythm of the moment, I reached to hug her too, then was about to kiss her cheek, then got the instinctual impulse that this was too far for a complete stranger. So I guess to not look like I was performing a head fake on her, I instead bent my head and kissed her on the neck, right above her bare shoulder. Somebody said, to those of you who want to know what happened, see this response. Okay, I'll bite. A weird pullback from her, then me taking a few steps down the line, realizing what I had done, and then guffawing at my own ridiculousness. I immediately then told on myself to my friends and wife, who laughed until their side split and still kid me about it to this day. And the maid of honor? Well, she got to laugh about it too, but it still seemed to weird her out a little. A weird pullback. So as we reach number 1 on this list, I'd like to take the time to thank my sexy and wonderful patrons who have been extremely patient with me these last couple of days while family's been visiting and I've been, just tied up and having to be quiet and all kind of monkey balls like this. I'd like to issue a special thanks to Regina for being amazing. Thank you especially to Fat Man, who sent an incredible headset that I haven't even gotten the chance to break in yet. Tried to speak like a normal motherfucker. And Lexaeus, being amazing as usual, sent me some things in the mail today that I am going to be enjoying and setting up when the desk comes soon. So, as we reach number 1, I was walking through a hallway at work where a guy and a girl I've never met were talking. As I got closer, the guy held out his arm in a come through motion, but instead I hugged him. Afterward, I didn't know what to do, so I just kept walking. I've never seen that guy again. It's Iron Man and Spider-Man. Oh no. Well, I mean, think about it, guys. How many times has somebody been waving to somebody behind you and you're just like, oh no, me? Oh. And then you look behind you and you're like, oh no, I've been made a fool. I look like a fool. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry. End the list. You're falling apart. I love you, and I'll see you all soon. And I'll try to record tonight. Not just record, well, try to stream tonight is what I mean. Boy, it's gonna be, man, this was only 28 minutes. It's the end of the day list. I'll do something crazy tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.